Today on Uncommonly Good MTG, we're delving deep into the dark forests of Eldraine and pulling out the giant smack. One of the things that's most interesting we're seeing here is Gruff Triplets. If you're not familiar with that card, I suggest you stay tuned to find out more. Hello and welcome to Uncommonly Good MTG. I am your host, recently voted sexiest voice in YouTube by Your Mom Magazine, Dr. Yukon Socket. Yes, thank you. Film before live studio audience. Thank you so much. Yukon Socket. Word to your mama. So I'm broadcasting to you today from my secret underground headquarters, and I'm bringing to you a deck that I found over on the Aether Hub. It was posted in their nebulously awesome deck section, and wasn't put up there by anybody in particular, as far as I can say. It doesn't have a name or anything who posted it. So Aether Hub, right? Then when I played for it a little bit, I ran across a guy playing Gruff Triplets and said, heck no, that is totally going in here. So I threw away a bunch of cards out of the original deck, put a bunch and reshuffled things around a little bit, and then we got the deck that's shown before you. So this is like 95% deck I got off Aether Hub and 5% that Dr. Suckit secret sauce, which we'll call love. All right, so what we're going to do really quickly is we're going to pound through the cards in this deck. We're going to try to figure out a little bit how this deck is probably going to work. And then we'll take it out and crush some hopes and dreams. All right, so what are we doing? We are go get a basic land, so a little bit of ramp or a fight. This guy gets bigger every time a creature comes out. This keeps your creatures safe and you gain 2 life. This goes and gets you a creature and or a land, provided that you have them in the top X of the part of your library that you are paying for, and then if it's 5 or more, you can put it directly into the battlefield. This is a mana creature. We got something that puts out an additional land, gains life, and puts out a 3/3 dude. Gala Greeter, each time you put out a creature, you can either put a +1/+1 counter on him, so he has that sweet mustache goatee thing, or you can create a tapped treasure token, so you can help you ramp a little faster, or you gain 2 life. Llanowar, he's a mana dude, and he can make your lands into 3/3 attacking dudes. This comes out as a treasure and a separate 1/1 citizen. Fight Rigging will put a +1 counter on a target creature at the beginning of your combat. If you got a creature 7 or greater, then you get whatever has been hidden away. Hopefully it's something awesome. Topiary Stomper puts out a land. Although once you get up to 7, he's a vigilant 4/4. That's 7 lands, by the way. Polukranos is a 4/5 for 3. Incredible. With reach at 7, you can transform him into Super Polukranos, who's got lifelink, and he's a 6/6. And if he dies, you put out token Hydras instead with lifelink. All right. Defiler of Vigor has trample 6/6, makes your guys cheaper to play. And every time a green permanent spell is cast, you put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. So this grows all your dudes. Vorinclex comes out, and you can get 2 forests out of your library and put them into your hand. At 8 mana, you can turn them into a saga that you mill 10 cards, and you put 2 creature cards from amongst the milled into the battlefield. Then on the next turn, you distribute 7 popos on all the creatures you control amongst them, not on each one. And then at the end, on turn 3, all of your creatures have 1 mana, and this creature fights a target creature you don't control. So it can just start going nuts on fighting. Gruff Triplets. These guys, I'm going to have to slow down on this. It costs you 6. You put out a dude with trample, and he's a 3/3. When he enters the battlefield, if he's not a token, you create 2 tokens that are copies of it. So for 6, you can have 3 trampling 3/3s. That is insane. Then when Gruff Triplets die, any of them, you put a number of +1/+1 popo counters equal to its power on each of the creatures you control named Gruff Triplets. So if one of them dies, then suddenly you go from having 3 guys that equal 9 to 2 dudes that are equal to 12. It's just nuts. And if you had another Gruff Triplet come out and any one of them died, then all of them pick it up. So this guy's not legendary somehow. I don't know. It's insane. Plus, if we could find some way of creating additional Gruff Triplets by tokens when he comes out by doing, I don't know, like Elish Norn or something. Holy smokes. Holy freaking smokes, man. That's all I can say. Gruff Triplets is insane. He's just asking for synergy. All right, Nissa is the bomb. If you play her for 7, then you can give all of your creatures +1/+1 for each force you control and trample. And at which point, then you just run across with, like, I don't know, 100 points of damage and kill everybody. It just depends what you got out. If you have that and you get Gruff Triplets, holy smokes, man. Sure, they can kill somebody, but they're all just going nuts after that. Just tokens everywhere. Other than that, you can put out Bebes and destroy target artifice enchantments. All right, Mishra's Foundry is a man land, which means you can pay to make it into a 2/2 until the end of the turn, in which case it comes land again. And this guy does disenchant. So what are we doing? We are ramping our way into some decent creatures. We got reach, and then they're just going to grow. They're going to go to nuts, and we're going to just pound out tramply, horrible Godzilla levels of damage. Can we make this thing work reliably? Let's go find out. But before we do, let's say our prayers and talk about what is best in life. Dear Black King Toxrill, who dwells within the dark chambers of my heart, please hear my prayers and grant your blessings as we attempt to crush our enemies, see them driven before us, and to hear the lamentation of the women. All right, playing against Alesaurus. Alesaurus. Keep. This is a weird hand. I mean, 1, 2, sure. We're going to be ramping. Let's turn off Needle Nose. That guy's not a ramp, though. He's just a guy that gets out there and grows. All right, 2, which gets us a 3rd. And all in. All right, so we'll have 4 mana next turn, which isn't going to get us anything. Okay, it'll get us that. Let's go ahead and just put out Mishra, a little bit of this. And, see if he's willing to trade. All right, so we've got, what, 5 mana technically going for next turn 6. We can play. If I go for Vorinclex, we'll get to the mana, but I don't have anything to go above that. So I guess Defiler is a perfectly good thing to do. It's a perfectly cromulent move. There's a guy playing Dimir Ninjas. I will block you like a hurricane. Here I am. I'm going to block you like a hurricane. Ba, 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 ba. Don't you shoot my guy. I'm still going to block you. Oh, you're going to tap me, huh? You went through a lot just to get this guy through. What do you do? Draw a card? No? Ninja your way into, what does this guy do? Lifelink. All right, good for you. All right, we got a guy. We got a guy who's beefy. He'll probably be tapped here in a second, would be my guess. Oh, he'll be dead. You think you're doing, you life leaking freak? You think I'll ever learn to not attack? I don't know. I just can't believe he has that much creature kill on him. Yeah, no attack. We're fine. Let's just block. I'll just try something different this turn. What do we got? 4, 5. We got 5, 6, 7. Vorinclex requires 8. Okay, cool. What's this going to do? Milton, 2 cards on the battlefield. Sure, we're here to play. Let's play. That's what we get out of the deal, huh? Wow, that is rough. Let's go for some life. I was really hoping for something bigger and better. What are you gonna do, Ninja? It doesn't really matter here, does it? 1, 2, 3. So we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, let's put our friend out. Let's grab some life while we're at it. And get another one of these out. I could pay the full meal deal for that. Let's pump him. Pump, pump, pump. All right. So I got 11, and he's showing more than enough to kill me if he's able to do some cool stuff. So let's just go entangle. Next to combat. What are we going to get? This guy's going to go to Crazy Town on fights on this next turn. Yeah, let's throw him out there. Fine, I can do that. I always forget that I can use that extra. I can drop him for life at that point. This guy's looking for the key to victory. He's hoping. He's got a chance. Nope, he doesn't. And that's the smell of victory. Alright, playing against the Beerded one. As in, he's got a beer in his hand. Let's keep it. Nope. No green crystal for you. There you go. Now you can just look at it the whole time. I don't usually like bears, but I like it when I can torture them that way. Right in front of that green drone. Poking his eyes out. So I could have gone for Loamspeaker. That way I would have had 3 on this next turn. I just, I don't want to pass up what Gala Greeter can get us. All right, we're going for mana. All in. All right, next turn we're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Gosh, I guess Defiler is the best way to go. And let's throw another treasure out. And no attacks. Because now we'll have 4, 5, 6, 7. Which means we could pay for a full price Nissa. And give everybody +5 and go in for the kill. We can do 15 on top of whatever they normally are doing there. You could kill off the Gala Greeter. But still, I'd be going in with a lot more. I don't want to do math. No math. All right, we're going for it. Here we go. You want to pay it? It's only going to... Let's just do this. It's fine. Oh, I could have done that to keep it up. That's what I could have done. Stink! Oh, I ruined myself there. Alright, so he's got to kill off Vorinclex in this situation. It's the only thing to keep him alive. And that's it. He just lets it go. Winner, winner, victory, dinner! Alright, we're playing Against the Darkness. That's a dumbass name. You need something cool, like Mr. Suckit. Oh, that is horrible for a mono green deck. No. Alright, Big Mutt McGee. I know you're gonna get yourself up to I'm just put this guy out. It only takes 2 to be able to give him Death Touch. You can come ramming in on me that way. You know, I'm going to attack with 2. He's going to block. It'd be great. No, I'm not doing that. That is crazy. Our lack of green, I find very disturbing. Alright, if I get something, I'm getting rid of Safekeeping. Also, I got a plan for taking out Liliana. It involves Mishra's Foundry. He's trying to make me discard here. Come at me, brah. Alright, alright. I guess I'm not going to attack the way I assumed I would attack. I kind of have to, but... Alright, so you're going to give up the Evolved Sleeper at this point? Yes, he is not. He's going to go ahead and give Liliana for it. Crazy! This guy's the Insano. Wonk. Alright, so he only has 1 card. He cannot make it into a Death Touch. Regardless, he would be dead. Let's just go in for the attack. I don't care about losing the Gala Greeter. I don't particularly care for Evolved Sleeper to be around. Alright, we're going to pull 2 cards. That's all we get out of it. That was 3. Because I don't have to draw 3 cards in a row. Alright, we're up to 6. 1 more and Stomper's in play. There you go, my friend. Wow, another piece of crap. Let's go for 5. This is what this card's all about. The X is 5 or more. Battlefield. Let's see. I don't really need anything, so +1 sounds fantastic. This is where I'm willing to trade. And he says no. He's probably going to use that Evolved Sleeper as card draw. Yeah, saving that mana is not going to help me, I don't believe. And we win! In your face, Mono Black! In your face! We're playing against DJWickWack, who likes to play with the patty whack. Alright, we got 2 mana. Oh, which gets us in the Gala Greeter. We need a 3rd. You guys in the Polukranos. I'm going to play it. We'll see if we can make that work. Jump up, jump down, back down. All right, let's go get the little evil queens over there. There's our 3rd mana. We make them come out and then like touch that apple thing. Oh, look, Dimir again. How fantastic. He doesn't appear to have any instance at this moment. At least any instance that could affect countering things not in play. Let's look at we can get the witch to come out. There she is. Polukranos! I should have gone for the mana so I could put out the Defiler on the next turn, but I wanted to attack. What are you doing here? All right. This says enters the battlefield to me, so it's just a flying 1/1 at this point. It doesn't do anything. Hello? There you go. That thing's gone forever now. Alright, I don't care. You can't make me care, man. Oh, now you have a counterspell. He's doing it. Come on, create my treasure token. All right, 2 in the face, down to 17. Nothing for you. Of course, you could probably do it again. I can't do anything. I am out of mana. I was really thinking I was going to use that to keep Polukranos alive. See you never, Pluko. But he is tapped out, which is a good place for him to be. Oh, I kind of needed him, didn't I? Nope. Okay, we're good. Let's go for more treasure. Alright, fight rigging is going to be lots of fun. Hopefully we can keep Defiler of Vigor alive for a second. Dimir, you're two in your head, man. Just play. What do I got here? Counter target creature spell. Alright, that's fine. I'm not planning on putting a creature down anytime soon. What are you doing there, Ducky Moon? Alright, well, I guess I can put a creature on now. I don't care about life. Let's just get swole. Alright, 13. Alright, got the ability to keep a dude alive. Hopefully he's only got the ability to... He can also... Yeah, that's it. So, hopefully he can't counter my ability to keep a dude alive. And he did. Alright, well, he's got the ability to counter creature spells, so I really can't play that. You want to burn something real quick so that I can go ahead and go? There's a problem with mono blue. You know, with blue and counter spells, you got to save your mana like a sucker. You know it's coming. You get rid of this. Yeah, you got it, man. What does it matter otherwise, right? Never to be seen again. He's got a guy. That means he's got a chump is what he's got. Alright, he's only got one card in his hand. And he played it. He's got two chumps. Alright. These guys all suck. All right, here we go. Boy, that just bit. We have big creatures. We got awesome, great creatures in here. Gruff Triplets would have been fantastic. Instead, we get Mana Boys. I'm sorry to talk smack about you, Loamspeaker. You know I love you. And we win in your face, Dimir. Suck it. Alright, we're playing against Pigeonize. I'm pretty sure she's trying to say pig on ice. That's what it is. Keep. I got a guy. All right, mono red, hopefully. Hopefully we can smack him around too. That'd be fantastic. All right, got a big butt who hopefully be able to hold up against some sort of mono red like Swift Spear or something. Oh, it's Gruul. There's another. None of it counts. All in for 2. All right. What do we have to here? We got technically 5, 6 mana. We're doing pretty good. These guys have anything that can block? All right, he's just doing what he does best. All right, let's just get some guys here. I don't think we can kill him with what we got. A little on the low side at the moment. That's not so bad, is it? All right, so we still got an 8/8 for blocking. We might come in for some damage against Nissa itself. I don't really care. That 8/8 is going to be doing everything we need to do. There's 3. You could do at least 3 to her. You're really going to open it up? Dude, I have lethal. I'm sure I do. I got 10, 13 showing. You got to stand back as a blocker at this point. And you can't block with the Phoenix chick. You might as well go to Nissa, but that's nothing. You got to go for my throat if you want to try to win this game. Go for my throat. There you go, sweet Cubert. There's some Energon cubes for you. All right. You can try. There you go. Good job. All right, Tamiyo Safekeeping could go for something cool here. No, he's just going to give it up like an idiot. All right, he's down to 9. Yeah, my 1/1s, man. That's what you got to worry about. You can't block with the Phoenix chick. Raju, excellent. Not a trampler, unfortunately. And we win. He was trying to get it, but it didn't work out. mono green ramp, and I gotta tell you, I've been trying to play a mono green deck at all that had any sort of a decent win rate. But last few, I don't know, weeks I've been trying to do it. It always ends up under 50%. This one, 60%, 60%. So yeah, this has been a good deck. You know, the one thing I think that I found that does very well with mono green is it's Karn's Silex, the board wipe, because that's what mono green needs. You just start ramping up. You get to a point where you can get above what everybody else has. Use the Karn's Silex to wipe everything out. This does not have it. So despite the fact that it doesn't have a good board wipe in it, this deck did very, very well. The interesting thing about it is that I ended up picking this up off of Aether Hub, but then I ran across Gruff Triplets. Now, if you haven't played with this deck, this card yet, this card is pretty fantastic. So, yeah, the way that it just has so much super value to it. That's what's amazing about it. You know, comes out with 1, becomes 3, and then if any one of them dies, then all of the counters go on to the ones that survive, but they keep increasing. But it's not like... But the problem is if you get out another set of triplets, then all of those get all the things, not just the one it's assigned to. So they just start throwing out counters like crazy and getting super big for no particular reason. Gruff Triplets is by far probably the best card in here. Am I going to call it the MVP? I don't know. Let's just check. All right, here we go. Who was the MVP? Let me go through here real quick to figure out where did the game turn? What made this deck really swing? You know... It was Polukranos. Polukranos is what really changed things for this deck. The reason why is because he only costs 3 to put out. He's a 4/5 with reach, which means that little jerk suddenly put up a really decent defense. You couldn't transform him till at least 6, though, so it took a while. But even at 6, he became fantastic. Still, he was just a 6/6 with reach, but he also had lifelink, and then if he dies... then you get to put out a couple of guys over the top of that. They were just 3/3s, but still, I really like them. I like the fact of all the value that Polukranos provided to this deck. The other guy that, really, Defiler of Vigor and Vorinclex, both were fantastic as far as also stepping up the deck. You know, because Defiler of Vigor just gets it to where everything's cheaper to play, but then every time you can put out a green... permanent that everything pumps by +1, which is just so insane. And Vorinclex is awesome in the fact that you get to get those lands. He's kind of slow. That's the only thing I don't like about him. But if you can get him into Sagaville, everything goes nuts. It just costs 8. Thing is, it gives you 2 cards straight off the bat and costs 5 to put out. So he's not quite giving you the 8, but if you can get that 8th mana, Vorinclex as a Saga is pretty sweet. But yeah, there's your bomb, Nissa. Gruff Triplets is probably one of my favorite cards from Wilds of Eldraine. And I mean, that's as of right now. I've known people have talked about Gruff Triplets. I think I played against it for the first time tonight, which is why I ripped out whatever was in here before and threw Gruff Triplets in instead. Because I said, oh, that card is way too good. And you know what? That was not a mistake. This card is fantastic. And it's only 6. This is something that I think should probably be at least 7. Yeah, we're only playing 6 for this, and that is an easy number to get to with ramp decks. Big time. Mishra's Foundry, why not? Right? Why not? On the fact that it kind of chokes you back from having forests, which is what we really try to, to make use of. Still, I just have a hard time turning down the manland, man. It's good to have manlands. Maybe there's the green manland is probably, it's not a forest, so it probably doesn't matter. You're good, Mishra's Foundry. You're good. All right, so what did MVP? It was Polukranos. It was Polukranos. Congratulations, Polukranos. You are going to Disneyland. All right, was this deck competitive? Yes, 60% win rate? Absolutely. Absolutely, it is a competitive deck. Was it good against Mono Red? I didn't play it against Mono Red. I thought I was once. I was ended up going against a Boros deck. That deck just wiped the board with me. It was fantastic. I'm going to dig through my playback on that and try to see if I can find what that deck was. Because whatever it was, yeah, Dr. Suckett likes it quite a bit. So yeah, maybe aggro would be hard. That's the thing about ramp decks is that you're trying to ramp, so you just put a bunch of dudes out. And you're not getting anything good out until you get to at least 5 in this situation. Well, 3. Polukranos is really good. But still, he's the lone exception. There's nothing in the 4 slot. You're trying to ramp it into 5 because these guys are your real big butt defenders right there. So that means aggro could get you, and there's nothing you could do about it. And I think I found that a couple times. Some dudes just had a really sharp early game, and I couldn't do anything. I had a black mono black deck that just ripped me apart with Menace. I mean, it was just literally Menace. I'm dead. I couldn't put anything out the block. It was insano. And I should write that down because that Menace creature kill, we played something like that in the past, and I said, I'm going to come back to that. And I never did, but that was a really sweet deck. Let me write down the Boris one too, because I got to provide value for the future here. All right, I got them listed. Don't worry, they're on the sticky notes. All right, was this deck fun? Yep, it totally was fun. The question was, is that were we doing anything cool early game? And the deal is that Topiary Stomper and Fight Rigging and Polukranos are cool. Couldn't do anything for the first 2 rounds that were cool. We got some guys out, but usually we can afford to take the hits, move ourselves into the next round, which then help propel us into the latter rounds, in which case then we were monsters. So it wasn't bad for a mono green ramp deck. It was actually fairly decent. We could get to some things in turn 3, and it wasn't bad. But that, everything before that was pretty much just ass to the wind. Still, it was a fun deck. I appreciated it. Was this deck interesting? It's a ramp deck. All the stuff in the early game here, stuff we've all played with before. Evolving Adaptive. I guess he was good because he didn't really provide much synergy, but he came out for 1. He grew with your other guys, and he provided that level of protection and at least a target to allow it so your other guys didn't take the hits as much. So good job Evolving Adaptive. So yeah, I mean, it did have a good play to it. It was a good mono green deck, despite the fact that it didn't have Karn Silex in it. So, no, I thought this was an interesting deck, mostly because it was playing with cards from Wilds of Eldraine. Now I say that, what's actually Wild of Eldraine in here? It's just Gruff Triplets, is that it? I gotta say, I just don't usually, I've seen Polukranos played a bunch, but it was really new to me. Yeah, that's it, just that one. I think there was another one in here originally. That's right. It was the Virtue of Greenness or whatever. But all it did was it said at 7 that you can make your lands do 3 times as much mana as they usually do. I'm like, I've already got 7 mana to put it out. Why would I need 21 mana? I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I don't have anything to pump it into. So as long as I had 7 mana, I'm already good. I felt that card was kind of a joke. All right, so anyways, not terribly interesting then. Still, it was a good mono green deck. I really enjoyed it. So let's go back and add that up. Was this deck competitive? Yeah, it was actually fairly decent. I mean, 60%, I guess we can call it casual competitive. I'm not thinking you're going to ramp with this thing. I didn't pick it up off of Platinum Mythic or anything like that. So, maybe you don't want to go onto the rank list with it. Was this deck fun? Totes. Was this deck interesting? I'm going to say half check for that. I mean, I found it interesting. I was always looking forward to what was about to happen. I was been trying very hard to get a nice mono green deck. This does it. This does it, baby. Still, it's made up of a bunch of old cards for the most part. It was just this particular thing tend to work fairly well. All right, so let's add that up. Competitive? Yeah. Good or fun? Yeah. Was it interesting? All right. So I'm just going to give it a solid A. It's not an A+, just because it could be more interesting. I think that we could probably make some decks based on Gruff Triplets. They're going to be totally fun. We just got to find ways of synergizing with all those dudes. Maybe put out the things that multiplies or at least adds to the number of tokens being passed around. Throwing out, they've got Trample already. So yeah, I think we're good. There's definitely some great things in mind for Gruff Triplets. Totally. All right, so straight A deck. If you decide to play with this deck, I hope that you have as much fun as I did. All right, that's all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. from all of us here in the secret underground headquarters of Uncommonly Good MTG, have a great day. See you next time, Space Cowboys. Later.